The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Hi, folks. Let me just get this done. Update on by 0407. I don't like doing this because usually it's telling me that you could have done it a little later. But either way, I'm going to give it a try. So here we go. I'm going to give you all the news in a moment, but I just needed to get this out for my subscribers. Where did it go? There it is. And I'm going to put that in there. And I'm sending it off. And we'll see what happens. Okay. So this is what we're going to be looking at this moment. We're looking at the Dow. Let me just get back here. I have starting the show. This is Monday, the 7th of April at 10:07, and we're looking at the Dow Eastern Time, down 988. A little early, I think, to be thinking that was the low. Usually I like to see the low come in after the VIX has screamed up into a really high level. The Boston Globe, I'm from Boston, Newton actually just 8 miles away from Boston, part of the greater Boston area. And the New York Times has it, and most papers that I've heard of, major newspapers in the country, have the front page with the Dow, the chart of the Dow, at least the heading. And throughout the weekend, you just get nothing but market news. And that just says there's an overabundance, and that in the spectrum of hysteria, and there's no reason why there shouldn't be hysteria. Believe me, I didn't feel good at all, even though for my subscribers, we've taken off most of the core positions that we have, with really between very good and very good gains. And we are short via the Dow, the DXD 2 times short, and the SPXS 3 times short, taking a little bit. So today we took another smidge off. But at the moment, this is what I look for. So let me run this through. The Dow is down 1,044. Any other day, that would be horrible. Today doesn't feel that bad, but it did go down to 36,611. The other aspect that's really important is that the S&P, although it's gone down very sharply, let me show you something right here, has a slightly better candle at this particular moment on the day. And remember, these are gaps. And it's hardly ever that you get a gap like this in a weekly chart. It's purely coincidence, because it happens to be a Monday after a horrible week. So will that gap this week be filled? Oh, that's the big question. That's going to be a really big question. The monthly chart went right to the key dashed uptrend line. The month is young. We've still got a long way to go for April. We'll see what happens. Let's go to the QQQ. NDX 100 trading at 416.53, down 6.10. Had a low this morning of, and that's going to be interesting. I didn't see any round numbers yet. 402.39. Trying to run, as I say, I like on a day like this that has a Friday or a Monday, has the potential to be at least, I can't call this the low at all. I can say that it could be a significant bounce just to relieve the pressure from the downside. Leg F in the QQQ could be an alternate count, but that's what I'm typing in right now. Lowercase f in the daily chart. And look at this. This is like almost a single leg move to the downside. It actually made a trough A with a little modest leg B to the upside, push to the upside. Now this is a leg B. Didn't get to the 391.24 200 period moving average of the weekly chart. And hopefully we got that just in time. Let's see, that says 08. Good. Okay, very good. So this might be very appropriate. Now what we're looking at is we're going to go to the IWM, the Russell 2000. Russell 2000 trading at 179, down 2.23. Yes, 179.20. Okay, very good. And now we've also got the gold. No, I want to go to the SMHs. Semiconductors trading right now at, come on. There we go. Semis at 185.85, 190, well, 186, big move. Look at this big move up. Whoa, I hope I got everything out there for my subscribers in time. I'm pretty sure that I did. And hopefully they're getting on board here. SMHs at 187, up 5.88. That is a very nice move to the upside. Look right on the 200 period moving average in the weekly chart. Just went to it today, and it went under it to the 170.11 area, and now it's up at 186.63. Let's get on to the estimation. Yeah, next thing I want to look at is gold. So this is interesting because gold is now up 9. I think gold is in this. I drew this rectangle here, a long rectangle, not wide but long, and it went right below it. Now I'm going to lower that, and I'm going to say today's low of 2,985, nice round number there. I'm going to be watching that very closely this week. Why? Because if the market finds a little bit of strength today, and this is, as I say, I prefer if this was all happening during Larry's show. Congratulations, Larry, with absolutely fantastic calls. If it was happening that 1 o'clock period, and at the end of the day, the Dow. This particular move is the move that says you've got to be closing positive. You can't be closing negative. If it's a V-shaped pattern, even just a minor one, it has to be because today you closed positive, and that means the Dow, the S&P, QQQ. I'd like all of the indices to be closing positive. If this is going to be a significant turnaround, the E-mini is already up. It's at 51.58. It's up 47. It was down. Wow. Look at these moves. Let me just go to the continuous contract here for a moment. Yeah, it hit 48.32 and it's trading right now at 51.60. Nice. So as I say, I sent out an email to my subscribers and to say we want to go long a certain index. And if that's the case, that's going to be, and look at that. It actually went right to an area to said take a little bit off. Well, okay, good. And we'll see what happens. That's the reason why I said to subscribers, we want to take something off this morning in the inverse. I mean, for instance, look at this. The DXD has gone, we went in at 25. Today it hit 35.79. I mean, that kind of, that is a huge move. Look at the SPXS. And that went from our entry at 580. Today the high was 1067. I mean, if you don't take something off and things like this, that's a 70-something or more % move to the upside. It just you just have to do that. All right, let's get back to our story. I want to look at the dollar right now. The dollar, in the meantime, went to a low 3 days ago. That was really ugly. It went all the way down to the into the 101, I think about 30 area. Here it is at 103.05. It's trying to say that 200 period moving average that it hit for the whole of, I would say the whole summer of 2024, it kept going under the 200 period moving average into the just under 100, touching 100, and then it ran to that peak C1, C2 up in the 110 area. I mean, 10%, that's a big move for a currency. Then it comes down and it makes a low.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years, with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi folks, we're back, and let me just get this off. Whoops. Okay, so here we are. We're looking at let me just go back to this. So now we've got the dollar did rally a little bit, up 8 cents. I just want to go back to this. Look at this move. This is the Dow at up 636. It was over 1,600 points down overnight in the futures. It's at 38,871. And one of the reasons, now I'm still saying the day is young. We were lucky we managed to get, for those, I know that many people were actually waiting for my update. The update came, and if we managed to get in, you've raised the stop to wherever you got in at that point, and that should be very good. But I'm still saying the day is young. There are a lot of confluences here. I would have loved if this was... we actually were down only 500 or 600 points in the Dow futures, and then we went down 1,600 points, and then we had a rally, and then we did a retest of just down minus 1,300 a little later in the morning, and then we started the rally, and right now the Dow is at 400. That should be after 3 o'clock. This, we might be lucky, everything could hold, but it wasn't quite the scenario that I wanted. Only in the time fraction, it all occurred. I would say it was condensed. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that the tradition that I've looked at over the years, and the reason why we've managed over the years to get the exact low of the Dow, got 2020, that was March, October of 2022, etc. Even on the 13th this year, 13th. There are certain things I look for, and this is a different scenario. And the thing that said to me, watch out that things might change, was because the bonds, look at this, the bonds that were up almost a point this morning. Where did I type that? Let me just do it again. The bonds that were up almost a point this morning are now down 2 and 11/32. And that just says to me, this is a different scenario. This is a scenario that says all the news that's fit to print was done over the weekend in the most intense way, right? But, and if you heard Navarro earlier on, there are a lot of things that are going on, and I didn't see any one solution to the. Let me put it this way: there isn't one solution right now, other than a purely technical overbought situation. That's what I'm trying to deal with. And as I say, the day is young. Anything can happen still. I would have preferred if the whole scenario came later on and that we moved up, and right now we'd be looking at it at say 2:30 or 3 p.m. and now the Dow is up even just 64, not the 600 or 400, whatever it was. I would prefer that would be the scenario. A positive close is really important today, regardless. So let's see what happens. All right. So I wanted to go through that. I wanted to say the crude oil. Crude oil was down very sharply, down to the 58.95 level. Now it's turned around. It's up 67 or 70 cents to 62.68. Still not great, but it is a very nice turnaround at least. I just want to see where the VIX index is now. It should come back and then now stabilizing a little bit. So the VIX index is VIX.X for me. That is a little bit off the low. The low was 38.58, but the high was 60. Can you believe in one day a high of 60.13, a low of 38.58, and we have no idea where it'll close? I'm a little upset that whole thing went on right now, that we got that huge move to the upside. It's one of those things, you could have done everything right, even taken a little bit of a profit, and by the end of the day, you could be stopped out. And you have to start all over again. And then, or maybe intraday you get stopped out, and then you have that move later in the day. So we'll see what happens. All right. Now, what did I forget? GDX. The GDX, big green candle, up $1.15 at 42.83. The high was 46.94. One of the reasons why, for our position that we have in the physical gold, and we did take profits right at almost the top, and we're still in the position, just taking little bits off, is because I think that gold still has a place in the geopolitical economic sphere right now. There's no reason why I would say that gold should. Well, the other day it certainly plummeted. That was market. And one of the reasons is that when markets are tumbling, people take where they had good profits, and they have no choice. They got to take some of those profits off. They don't necessarily want to do it. They do it just because that's an area that you've got cash. So now the down is down 471. That's more like it in terms of having a big flurry to the upside. And now we're going to see what happens in terms of stability. Does it hold through the day? I think we've wasted a huge chunk of energy having this lift off, and it might have to be redone a little later on. We'll see. Meantime, back at the ranch, silver got smacked. I mean, silver went from just over 35, over 35, down to today's low of, this is $27.54, trying to stabilize. Yeah, went right to the 200-period moving average. Do you know that the weekly chart of this continuous contract of silver has not been on the 200-period moving? It is a rising 200-period moving average, but the last time it did that was way back March or April, exactly a year ago. Let me look at the exact date. So it flipped to positive right there, 315, just over a year ago. So now what we're doing is we come back to the 200-period moving average. We haven't come back to that low, and that low would be right there. So it's in the 26.30, let's call it 26 area, right? So what's the low today? The low is 27.54. Very interesting. All right. So here we go. All right. Now we're looking at the high-grade copper. High-grade copper has gone from just under 5.40 to today's low of 4.03. All of this is really not great news for the market, even though I'm talking about a bounce, maybe a tradable bounce in terms of just getting there and being so oversold. I think we used up a lot of that energy on this really big bounce. We'll see what happens. Meantime, back at the ranch, what we want to be looking at is you saw SCCO. This is Southern Copper, one of the leading copper companies, trading. There it is. SCCO is trading at. Oh, that's a little slow. It's a lot of action going on, I can see. So what I need to do here is, okay. Oh, wait a minute. TradeStation hasn't done this for a long time. It's been one of the most stable platforms, and now it is a little unstable. Oh, I hope it's not going to fail on me. Let's see. I've got other things moving, and that's going to be important. Give me a second here. I need to figure something out. Oh, we've got it. I can hear the break. I needed the break, and I don't know if anything can happen during the break. We're waiting for the symbol. Let me just go back to what I was looking at before. HG. No, nothing's happening. All right, I hope I can use this break to be able to get back live. I'll be right back. Basil Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour. Dow is down 420.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, so let me just go over this. I had a couple of questions. Yeah. So for those who got in at exactly the time that I said, you did get we took something off for profit. It went quite a bit higher. And then it came back. I had raised the stop to the entry, actually just a little above the entry price. So there's a small gain. And I don't think that was it. I think we're going to have to wait a little while. There should be a second attempt. I would actually prefer that just hung around here and it makes another sudden dip and scares the daylights out of anybody thinking this is it. I'm even starting to get this. The Globe never does this. It just did an upgrade, the Boston Globe, live updates all day. And this is what I used to always joke about this. When we got these major buy signals, I don't think there's going to be major buy signal, but I think it's going to be pretty good in terms of if it does work and we can close towards the upper end of the market today, and not the high that was made up 600. I prefer just up 40 or 60, something like that. It could be more, I don't mind. But the whole idea is that in the old days, going all the way back to 1987, what would happen is that the media always is late to the party, right? Late. And then all of a sudden they wake up to the whole thing. So now they've got their camera crews outside Wall Street. They've got everybody waiting on Monday. It's usually Monday. And they've got, a huge expense, giving up all other news because everything is focused on getting this big market to tank. And then the market closes up and they walk away with as if nothing had happened. And they'll mention on the news that there was a little bit of a rebound today and then move on to other news. So that's what I'm looking at now. There's a chance. I'm a little upset that we actually got I still wanted to be cautious that if the market did come back, it'll probably go lower than the entry price. We might miss now another opportunity to move into this particular. I was doing the show. I just had to type as quickly as I could. But in a way, it was a bit of a waste, that first opening salvo. I want to see a retest, or want to see something that just kind of spooks the new bulls out of the market, saying, oh, I shouldn't, what am I doing? What am I thinking here? And then we start to move up. I don't know, it's going to be tougher now. Lost a really good opportunity, but it was much lower down that I was able to start typing. I couldn't really do that because I was getting into the show. We'll see what happens. But this is the day that something should happen that is way more positive than everything else that's been happening over the last Thursday and Friday. Couple of sessions, right? Okay, with that said, let me just go back and now we'll start again. The Dow is trading down 313. It had a huge move up from the low. This is amazing. Look, 36,611, and it goes to 39,207. We're talking huge numbers, right? But the 200, I must say, I wasn't really anticipating in this particular move going into Wednesday's close before the announcement, before the tariff discussion, announcement. That at this speed we would go down to the 38,470 200-period exponential moving average. We were placed in a really good situation in the sense that we had really good profit subscribers to the opening call, and we've taken a lot off as they were going up to highs. And it wasn't the ideal situation in the sense that you want to take out everything at the high. Well, you never know it's the high, right? Each one looked like it was a high, then went higher. So I said, take a little. And then what happens is you get the entry price so far on the core positions that we haven't been taken out. So we've still got our foot in the door there. But this is where it becomes really difficult in the sense that you've got something sitting out there that is so different to anything that we've had in quite a while. Yes, I know people talk about smooth, Hawley tariffs, etc. That was back in the 1929. It was actually 1930 era. I'd spoken about this for years, and it was actually off my list of things until it started to become quite a very prominent feature of the Trump declarations. And so this is something you cannot rule out. But it is a complex thing that's going on right now. That's why I don't think it's this is not a one-off trade. We're talking about something that this monthly chart in the Dow. That how do you get back? Let's just say not even to the high of the month that was up in the 41,800 area, I believe. Let me just check because the monthly candle that was going to Wednesday's high, 42,382. I mean, we're at 42,000. We're at 37,000. I mean, how do you get back there? Well, I think it's going to take time. I think it's take time, and we are not yet done yet with the downside. I'm anticipating, if anything, there'll be a rally at some point, and then we make another arch formation. Maybe it's not even just an inverted V. Then we come back, and we really do test the 36,466 level. So now that's that. So I want you to go through other things. Look, Amazon. Is Amazon going out of business? No, they're not going out of business, but certainly Amazon could experience a slowdown in the sense that people are starting to slow down their buying. And that's really the issue here. How do you keep going at the same levels that you were going into the highs that were made at 242.52 back on February, March, April, February. And that was a peak D in the monthly chart, peak E, sell mode in the weekly. I have to wait for a little bit longer, a monthly chart, so I have to wait for the month to finish. But will it give a sell signal and then go to sell mode? Hey, the way it's looking right now, the 9 is still way over the 14. There's still strength in the monthly chart. Let's look at Apple. I mean, Apple is affected completely differently to Amazon in a sense that Amazon I think to a certain extent has a little bit of pricing power still, but Amazon is affected by increases in all the different products that they have, but Apple is impacted by the fact that the semiconductors are hinting that they are still acting very poorly, and this means that it's an electronics or a software. It has something differently impacting Apple at this particular time. Even though the monthly chart, the 9-period moving average is great, the daily went straight to the 200-period moving average. It's trying to rally off it. We've gone from the last high of 250 round number high back in February down to today's low of 174. I'm hearing the music. Okay, I got to listen real carefully to get that music for the commercial. So the commercial's coming on. Now the Dow's down 931. Am I getting that other scenario that I said, we might have to wait for that? I think so. We'll see what happens. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Tight Issues Hour.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Earphone is not getting things clearly here, but I'm on. Okay. So the Dow is down 892, the S&P is down 94. So I had a couple of questions. Let's go to them right now. So the first one, where was it? The first one was Harmony, HMY. So Harmony Gold, the South African gold miner, had a spectacular move. Look at the monthly chart, still looks fantastic. But we are now down up 11 cents at 13.11. HMY is the symbol. Made a peak G the other day in the 15, 17-ish area, pulls back today down to the 1257s, but here again, the 9 is over the 14. The weekly chart, I went through this over the weekend. I don't really have any other way to count this, but as a peak B, I call it a leg B, with a Chapman wave inverted red Roman candle, and if at any time this week there is a move that for make it 90 minutes is able to trade above 14.80, there's a real good chance we will test the high that was made 4 sessions ago at 15.22. At this particular stage, it's really digesting the gains very nicely. Over the past 2 weeks, that looks very ugly with a gap up, and now we filled the gap. But when you think of it down at the 200-period moving average of 969, around about March the 1st, look at that. 969 to 15 is really pretty good. So now it's taking a bit of a breather. Most importantly, what we're looking at is within the context of, where are we? The monthly chart. Harmony is trading. I should do this quickly because we're going to have to go to a break, and then we've got the final section. Yeah, there's a left side, right side price time match that says if at any point in the next, in April, Harmony is able to test the 16.20 area, just even tag it once, then you can go to this very long-term left side, right side price time match, which takes you to the high that was made back in double top Chapman wave 2-bar reversal in the monthly chart, January of 2006 into February with a high of 1679, let me just get that right, 1879 and 1884. So that's 1884 areas what you'll be looking at. But in the meantime, let's just say that it's having a well-deserved rest right now. The next question came in, could I look at Bitcoin? Oh, did I forget to do Bitcoin? I think I forgot Friday as well. So Bitcoin on Thursday did very nicely. It pulled back, but Friday it came back right to the 9-period moving average, 914, which is negative, and today it plummets down to the 74,636 area. So it's at 5,100, and I said there's a chance that maybe we're going to be looking at Bitcoin is just becoming a kind of, let's call it a currency of importance, as the dollar has been very, very weak. But mostly I've been saying since the high of 110,975, and I should mention we are still long, taking little bits of profit, but I've tried to keep that core because we got in so nicely. Look, we got in down there of the iBit, that's the iShares. So taking a little bits off is fine. Right now, I think it's holding. I think it's a viable entity, but I don't want to get too carried away because the daily is in a sell mode, the weekly is in a sell mode, and the monthly chart has had, since that high, it's making lower lows and lower highs. It's just as simple as that. So this I'm monitoring very carefully. If it takes out today's low of 74,635, even if it's just an intraday low and then bounces back, just taking out this low from where it is right now at 79,090, that would be a negative, and that would be that arching over the dreaded H pattern, closing under the left side low. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Next question was breaking. Trump is considering a 90-day pause in tariffs for all countries except China. Trump is considering a 90. Okay. It's always about China. Well, China's the main thing. That's all I can say. You cannot ignore China because China is huge. I mean, as a country, it's huge, and as a competitor, absolutely. Not only that, they don't blink too often. We can blink, but they don't blink too often. Next question was UPS. UPS is United Parcel Service. That just doesn't look good at all. That is really ugly. That's the thing that's warning me about. If FDX, same thing. FDX. These two are just saying to me something. There has been a slowdown. If you look at these, in fact, they look kind of recessionary, don't they? So I'm not dismissing anything. Even if we get some kind of a bounce here, I would treat it as a bounce. And I'm waiting for a very strong bounce to add back any parts of the shorts that we've got taken off for nice profits. I'm thinking that I think this is not one and done. I think this is an ongoing thing with low lows and lower highs, at least for the foreseeable future. And putting a 90-day pause, it just stalls the outcome, doesn't it? 90 days, it takes us into summer. All right, that was a question. HIMAX, HIMX. The question was UPS. So the answer is UPS trading at 95, having just absolutely collapsed from the 230s that it was at 2 years ago. This is not a good sign. And I would just say that if the 90, it's at 95, if 90 is taken out in April, I have to consider this kind of a macro view, economic. As it is, it looks like something's going on. Maybe it's just United Parcel Service. But if you put it together with Federal Express, the two are saying that there are problems out there in different areas of the economy. Next question came up as HIMAX. This is HIMX. A lot of questions today. Trading down sharply from the high that was just recent highs up in the near 12, and it's trading at 6.11. Yeah, it went under the 200 period moving average. HIMAX Technologies, HIMX, display drivers, touch panels, controllers. Oh, did I lose that? It was a peak A, then an A, B, peak C in the monthly, and then I'd be really careful. This is right in the sweet spot of weakness. So it needs to, at any point from now into the beginning of May, if HIMAX is able to close above 850, it's trading at 611. I think that's a change of scenery. I think it's starting to then make higher highs and higher lows. Right now, it hasn't done anything like that. Next question came in. I did that. Oh, question came in. There's another one. Yeah, so can we look at Tesla? So TSLA, so remember, I've spoken about this not as a company. I've spoken it as emblematic of what many people now have turned into. You remember, I always talk about dirty words. They've turned certain presidents' last names into dirty words so that you didn't, and they turn things into dirty words. And Trump was a dirty word for many people, and now Tesla, this is Musk. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying there is a problem there. I'll do it briefly when I get back. It's trying to rally. It's only down 7 today at 232, having opened at 252 round number high. 252 round number high and 214.25 low. I'll have to talk about it, but I think it's really a problematic company right at this moment. I'll be right back.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, traversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs? Trade wars? Analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento over the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are April 11th and 25th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi folks, I believe I'm back. I got a little fuzziness in my earphones, so 181.98 down, $1.44, Packaging Company of America. Yeah, you see, this is telling me that that and in the Tiger YouTube PKJ. I'm not getting anything. Anyway, I've got PK Packaging PKG. And that's just been really, it's in a downtrend. Now it needs to find some stability. So Tesla, yeah, off this level, you could have a bounce in Tesla. It's just really oversold. But I'd treat it, I'd be wary of it in the sense that it's as I say, it's turned into an ugly word. That is horrible. I mean, it's terrible to do that, but that's what's happened. All right, so I'm going to do this. We're about to sign off. And I think, I've got a little problem there again, huh? So here we go. With the Dow is now down 202 points or something like that. I think that we are trying to find some kind of support. The way it's coming out is a little too heavy. So I'm not sure this is going to be the low that I would like for a decent bounce, but I think it's getting to the stage where I'm going to assess it and think that there's some possibility of at least some kind of a rally, a relief rally from here. I'm going to leave it at that. In the meantime, I'm going to hand you over to Steve Rhodes and all the great programming here at TFNN. Check out my Opening Call Daily newsletter. And as I say, today is the day I say that I will send some intraday notes out, updates, and we want to be on top of something because the VIX, everything that I'm looking at says we are extremely oversold. We should start to rally quite soon. So I'm not really hearing anything. What are we doing? 10:56. I'm not hearing music, so I don't want to stall right now, but I am going to say that the bond moved down. That is really sharp. Is that saying the Fed is going to be stuck?